All right, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for coming. This was a really, really fun one. Going into this, we knew how this game was going to go. We knew that this was going to be a pitcher's duel. That is what happened the first time we played. That's what happened when we played the second time. We expected nothing different this time. We knew, especially on a Monday, with the way that the league handles pitching, that we were going to get their very best, and I thought we responded really, really well. There was a time where we did go down swinging three times in an inning. So, and I talked to them after. I talked to the boys after that. I said, hey, we just gave them three looking strikeouts. They didn't have to do anything for us because we weren't swinging at those third strikeouts. Let's not do that. Um, we had nine strikeouts for the day. Four of those ended up being looking. One of them was kind of a, you know, kind of a confusion. Um, but what we talked about before the game is when we have been the most successful is when we have been patient at the plate. And we were. If you look at this pitcher's duel, they threw 93 pitches over their two pitchers. We threw 63. Um, and for a little bit of a breakdown, when we were at bat, they threw 93 pitches to us. We had nine strikeouts, six walks, and two hits, four earned runs. Those two hits, because we were being patient. In the first inning, we had the bases loaded because we had gotten to a situation where the pitcher was struggling a little bit, and so we had the bases loaded. We had two outs. We have a batter come up. They foul off three pitches, and on the ninth pitch of the at bat, hit a ball to get through the right field side or the right side. Score two runs off of that. We're in business right away. We had one inning where they got a hit on us, and I think we did the right thing trying to come home. We had uh, they ended up scoring. They ended up getting over to third base, but I think we limited the damage there. We did a really good job there. We played really efficient there. And then when we come up in the third inning, we had uh, two runners on, two outs, another two strike at bat. We hit a ball over the shortstop's head to score two runs. One run came in. They made a throw trying to get that runner, and we sent our fourth runner home. And really, really good job for all of the runners listening to coaches and getting in and scoring when they needed to. Really, really good job in that third inning. They did not hesitate. Um, they even in the fourth run, we actually held up at third base, but when the catcher came away from the bag or came away from the plate, we knew we had a chance to get there. And great job on the runner, not um, taking that opportunity, not second guessing what the coaches were saying, getting in there and getting down, getting a slide. That was a really, really good, really, really good job. On the flip side, when we were in the field, as I said, we threw 63 pitches today. We had 11 strikeouts over four innings, two base on balls, one hit, and one earned run. And so it was a really, really good, well played pitcher's duel. As I said, that's what I expected. That's what we knew was going to happen going into this. And the difference in the game is those 30 pitches, 30 additional pitches that we made them throw that we didn't have to throw. And we've talked about this throughout the year. By us making them throw additional pitches, their first pitcher gets tired, has to come out. They send in a second pitcher, and that's where we ended up getting a hit, scoring two more runs to kind of put a little bit more distance between us and them, and it ended up the way that we wanted it to end up. We did really, really well. After the game, I talked to the boys about after kind of before and after our trophy ceremony. I said, it feels good to end this way. And I'm glad you won the last game because it feels different. However, remember how you got to the place where you got. Remember how we finished the season this way. It was because we trusted each other. It was because we trusted the process. Everybody trusted their process. And they knew that not every game were they going to um, have great days at the plate. But when they didn't have great days at the plate, they could have they could have a great showing in the field. And we had plenty games where we had to do that. Um, if they didn't have a great day in the field or didn't have a great day pitching, they could make it up at the plate. I mean, case in point, we had today our battery of pitcher and catcher did an excellent job being able to talk. We had a great pitching performance. But then in times where he was struggling, our catcher would go out and talk and you don't see many kids this age doing that. You don't see many kids in this league being able to do that and being able to communicate between pitcher and catcher the way that we did with all of our pitchers over the year. We had six different pitchers make appearances this season in all competition, and I think we did a really, really good job with that. Um, and so, I'm really happy with the way that it ended. I'm happy for the kids that they feel different about this. But I also want them to know, even if it didn't end this way, uh, I would still be proud of them. They should still be proud of what they did because they worked at it and they followed their process. And hopefully, moving forward, this will help them as they move. Some people are going to move up. Some people are going to be on different teams next year, and hopefully, people want to play again. And if not, hopefully, we've passed on some lessons that can help outside of baseball as well. So yeah, we'll have one question if anybody has one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, thanks for that. That's a good one. The question was two questions, kind of wrapping it up. What are my thoughts wrapping up this season? And are there any things that I want to do differently? I wish we would have been able to do differently, and looking to the future. So as far as wrapping it up, my impression of this season, we did really, really well when we needed to. We learned a lot. We performed at a very, very high level. I mean, if you look at our ERA as a team over all competition, our ERA was 3.88. So that means we're allowing less than 4 runs a game. If you look at our batting average, so when we are batting, our batting average for the season for the team was 350. I mean, 35% of the time we are getting a hit when we go up to the plate. Our on base percentage was 554. That means 55% of the time that we're going up, we're getting on base, whether that's through a hit, a base on balls, or a hit batsman. You flip that around and you look at our pitching performance. Our opponent's average this season was 108. That means almost 11% of the time, 10% of the time that they went up to the plate, they were getting on base through a hit. Their on base percentage was 322. So about 32% of the time that they went up, they got on base either through a hit batsman, or a base on balls, or an error. And so we played really, really well. We performed really, really well. I am very, very happy with the way these boys took to learning, the way that they supported each other, the way that they came all of the time ready to play. And I wouldn't have it any differently based on how the season went. Um, we didn't, I told everybody at the beginning of the season, we're not going to win every game. We're not going to lose every game. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to win some that maybe we snuck out of there. We're probably going to lose some or not win some that we should have, that we let slip away. And that's exactly what happened. That's what happens over, we played 14 league games, 2 non-league games, so over 16 all competition games. That's what happened. Our final record in league play, if you count the tournament, um, ended up being over 14 games, we were 10-2-2. So our winning percentage was 714. All competition over 16 games, we were 11-3-2. So our winning percentage was 688. And those are really, really high numbers. Those are really good. Um, but we got there because of the way the boys prepared and because of the way that they are learning. So wrapping up on that, I really, really am impressed with the way that they learned how to play the game. That's what we wanted to do at the beginning of the season was teach different ways to play the game. And you know, evidenced by the fact that we made other teams throw 156 more pitches to us over the overall competition than we threw to them. That's pretty good. That's a really, really good stat. We outscored teams this year because we were patient. We did a really, really good job with that. As far as what looking forward and things that I wish we would have been able to do, I wish we would have played that 12th um, regular season game because I wanted to get some people in. I wanted to get some people some other looks. I wish I could have gotten more people in to pitch. As I said, we had 6 pitchers that made appearances over the season. We actually had we had a fill in. We had 7 at one point, but we had 6 that were making regular appearances. And you know, I wish we could have gotten a little bit more out of those. We had 3 pitchers make more than 5 appearances. 2 pitchers make 3 appearances. Another one make an appearance late in the season because of just the way injuries worked out and things like that. But I wish we could have done that. Um, that's really what that 12th league game could have done for us. And I wish we would have gotten people more at bats. Um, but all in all, you know, the way that the boys learned, and the way that they learned to be patient at the plate and be prepared at the plate and be prepared out in the field, I thought they did really, really well. And so, um, your players make coaches look really good, and that's what happened this year. They made us look really, really good, and they stuck together. They performed really well, and just to kind of conclude everything, I hope that the boys will remember this not just for the outcome. The outcome feels good. They should be proud of the outcome. We should all be really happy about the outcome, but I hope that the memory, the lasting memory, if there is one of this, is that it was the process and what it took to have this happen this year. You don't win a championship with all batting and no fielding or pitching. You don't win a championship with great pitching but no fielding and no batting. You got to have them all 3 combined. And we had games where we had great pitching, and that's what we needed. That's what got us over the line. We had games where we had to have great hitting, and that's what got us over the line. And other ones where we had some amazing outs. We had some amazing work in the field. This game in particular, bases loaded in the first inning, if we don't get that third out on an assist and a put out, they score a run. We get that force out. We're able to come in. We're able to get to work. Ended up scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning to go up 2-0. So that was huge. You combine everything, and that's what makes you successful. And I hope that's what the boys can take away from this moving into the future, whether they continue to play or whether they don't continue to play. Stick to your process, know what you are good at, learn what you are good at, and take advantage of those situations where you can put yourself in the situation to be the most successful you can be. And so this was really, really fun. This was a great season, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the kids again at our celebration, and telling everybody again what a great job they did. So thanks a lot, everybody.